Hello everybody, Maven here, and I gotta show you this new shotgun. The Ded Gramarye, I think is how you pronounce it, or Ded Gramarye. I just call it the Ded Grandma for short. But this shotgun is incredible. So maybe some of you guys have seen the video I put out a few days ago where I looked at all of the new weapons added in the final shape and gave my personal opinion on the god rolls. There were probably 5 weapons that stood out to me. The new Stasis 720 Auto, the new 2-burst arc pulse rifle, the Martyr's Retribution, the Faith Mender, and this shotgun. This shotgun is special, and I'll tell you why. It is the first ever non-GL special weapon to get the perk Chain Reaction. Chain Reaction did get a bit of a nerf, I can kind of feel it, but it's still good regardless. And in the first column, they just so happened to put the perk Discord, which absolutely just blew my mind. Now, if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you might know I'm a huge fan of Discord on shotguns. I think it's absolutely insane. I've done a video on the Last Man Standing, the first shotgun that had Discord. It had Subsistence Discord. And then after that, a better one came out, which was the Wrist Walker that got Discord Harmony. And then we even got the Sudden Death, which I did not manage to get yet, but that can get Discord with Cascade Point, which sounds absolutely insane. And now this one with Discord Chain Reaction is probably just the best of them all. Like, how are you gonna get any better than that? So anyways, let me get this big old face cam out of the way and I'll tell you why Discord is so good. So the perk reads, the final blows with another weapon grant this weapon increased speed for aiming down sights, accuracy, and airborne effectiveness for a short time, which we do not care about. The thing we care about is that when Discord is active, final blows refund ammo. And that buff lasts for 7 seconds, but I enhanced mine so it lasts 8 seconds. And 8 seconds is a very generous timer for a perk in Destiny 2. Typically perks last around 4 to 6 seconds, so 8 seconds is very nice. So we can just run around for 8 seconds with literal infinite ammo. Final blows are just gonna refund ammo out of thin air back into the magazine. But then on top of that, it has Chain Reaction too, so you're just absolutely slaying out for 8 seconds, going on a rampage. However, Chain Reaction did just receive a nerf. I'll read the patch notes here. Chain Reaction is too strong on special ammo weapons in its current form, so we've branched it between heavy and special weapons and will be shipping it on new special weapons in the final shape. Special weapons, about 15% smaller AoE and 20% less damage, and heavy weapons have the same AoE but do 30% more damage than before. However, despite 15% smaller AoE and 20% less damage, Chain Reaction is still a top tier pick, so don't worry, it's always going to be the best in slot whenever it's available. But also, on top of Chain Reaction, the Ded Gramarye also has access to the Wildcard Origin trait. This is final blows with this weapon have a chance to create experimental submunitions at the target's location, which are those little Telesto bolts. But what's awesome about these Telesto bolts is that if an enemy dies to the Telesto bolt, it also creates another chain reaction, which is why it's so insane on the shotgun. Now, shotguns in Destiny 2 are usually very limited as to what you can do with them. They are either 1-2 punch shotguns that you use on Strand Titan or a combination blow hunter build, or they are slug shotguns like the Heritage or Philo that you hot swap with for a speed run. And if you're not using a shotgun in one of those 2 ways, and there's typically no reason to use a shotgun and nobody does, they are not a part of the PvE meta outside of those 2 things. And the reason for that is because the ammo economy is so terrible. You can only hold 16 rounds with a lightweight shotgun typically, so you can't feasibly use these things as your main ad clear weapon. And that's why the perk Discord is so good, because it finally fulfills that fantasy of being able to main a shotgun and PvE. So if you are a shotgun lover, this is definitely the shotgun to go for, 100%. Now, if we take a look at the rest of the Ded Gramarye's perk options, in the right side column there is Volt Shot, which some of you guys may be interested in at first glance. But that perk has no synergy whatsoever with Discord, because Discord refunds a bullet from thin air back directly into your magazine, filling it back up to max, so that you will not even be able to reload to proc Volt Shot in the first place. Now, as an ad clear perk, Volt Shot is stronger, and it does apply Jolt, meaning it can stun overload champions. But I would take the infinite ammo any day over that. So I guess the final thing to talk about with this shotgun is how do you actually get it? Well, I'm about 99% sure that it's a world drop, but don't quote me on that. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And I believe the best way to get world drops is just to grab rank up packages from Rahul. And the best way to level up Rahul is just focusing engrams at him. So I believe the best way to farm rep at Rahul is probably just to farm a solo expert lost sector and stock up on those exotic engrams and turn them in at Rahul, or better yet, focus them for even more reputation. Now the drop rate is going to be absolutely awful, so good luck with your RNG out there. It's definitely a tough one to get. But if you are a shotgun lover, it's definitely worth being on the lookout for this one, because like I said, aside from slug DPS and 1-2 punch melee builds, this is the best standalone shotgun on its own. It might be pretty close with the sudden death with Discord Cascade Point, but like I said, I haven't gotten that roll to drop yet, so I don't know. And that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment, because that really helps out the algorithm. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing, as we are extremely close to hitting 50k subs, and you can help me get there. And thank you so much if you do. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.